Hey, I'm Luke, also known as Lavelle_101 on social media. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and how I ended up getting into this whole motorcycling world. When I was a kid, I was a bit of a demon child. Well, that's what my mother would say. But I always grew up having pit bikes and quad bikes and things along that nature. However, it transpired that the friends that I had just weren't really into that sort of thing. So that changed things for me. And like kids do, we focused our energy a little bit more into going out, partying, and then chatting to some women. Giggity, giggity. But then a bit of time went by and I got myself seriously addicted to gaming. I spent considerable amounts of time and hours endlessly watching a screen, all while watching my brother, who was living in Spain, basically go on motorcycle tours left, right and centre. And the reality of it is he gave me a bit of inspiration to give me a kick up the arse to get out and do the things that I actually wanted to do. Fast forward a year and I met Phoenix, a little 5-foot adrenaline junkie who happens to be my partner, who's also got a massive addiction to riding motorcycles. That poses a little bit of a problem. And the reason that poses a problem was because as I was scrolling through looking for things to buy on Facebook Marketplace, I'd go, should I buy one of these? And she'd go, yeah, all because she wanted to have a go on it herself. So that blossomed, and about 3 years later, I found myself here. Now I do 4x4 off-roading, I ride motocross, this is my road bike, and soon to be track riding. I've met some amazing people in the motorcycle community, and I'm about to introduce you to one now. So big up anybody that rides two wheels.
Hey, I'm Ollie. You might know me as Tuck and Twist on Instagram. This is a little bit about myself. So I've been into bikes since I was a little kid, to be fair. Started off on a pit bike and then kind of progressed through. Ended up with a moped at 16, as you do. Had a little group of mates and we used to go around and terrorise the neighbourhood, as you did. And then my biking journey kind of took a bit of a pause. Kind of priorities changed, I got into work and stuff like that, and it took a back seat in my life. Going into different jobs and stuff, and then I had that kind of inspiration, I suppose, in the back of my head. I want to get back into bikes again, and that was my goal. And I was like, I need to earn myself enough money. I'm going to get back into this. So I did, and I pushed and pushed, and I saved and everything else, and I managed to get myself organised and sorted. And then I found out that my other half was pregnant with my son. So again, priorities changed. So roll on a couple of years later, and I'm like, right, I've got this itch I need to scratch. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the plunge. So I booked my test. And went off and did my test, didn't tell any of my family. And so I've gone and passed my test, I put a deposit down for a bike, and I'm absolutely buzzing. I get back home, I go to tell my missus that, look, I've done this today, and she's like, yeah, I'm pregnant again. I was like, oh, right, okay. Well, my news is a little bit different. But she received it pretty well, I think, at the time. And it then allowed me to break the news to the rest of my family that, yeah, we're having another child. And by the way, I've passed my bike test and I've got one coming tomorrow, which I don't know which one they were more upset about. But here we are. Then, so I ended up with a Z800 first of all. Awesome bike, really comfortable, everything else. But the kind of the circle of friends that I got into to do with bikes, they're all on sports bikes. And I was like, right, that's a bit of me. I need to get myself into that field, that world. So I sold the first bike and I ended up on a 5-blade. And I probably had several incidents where I nearly killed myself because I thought I knew better, and it was fun, don't get me wrong, but probably not the best thing to do. But rolling on from there, over the years I decided I'm going to go kind of wind it in a little bit. I've got a Daytona 675 so I could kind of refine my skills and my ride and everything else, and then just kind of progress from there. I've had a few bikes in the interim, and now I'm here. I've ended up going into some of the stuff with custom and cafes and stuff like that, which is where I've ended up with a bobber. Not gonna lie, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but I love it because it looks cool and it's loud and it's awesome. And then on the flip of that, for the speed aspect, I got one of these and I love it. Basically, the biking world and the community has been absolutely awesome, and I've met some wicked people, and from that, this has kind of spurred something on which we're going to tell you about now.
Obviously, you've just heard a little bit about us, and we've obviously now ventured into something new, which is what Ollie touched on a moment ago. And now what we're actually doing is we are going into business with one another, and our brand name is going to be Talk Out Loud, because we talk a lot. Might be spelled incorrectly for some of you, but sure it'll be okay. We're basically just going to touch on the subject of like what we do as a YouTube series and channel, and I'll give it over to Ollie to talk about some of the bits that we're going to go through.
So if you've seen some of Luke's stuff before, you'll know that he deals with kind of crash damage bikes and things like that and silly dance moves. But so we're going to keep moving the channel in what that as one of the directions. Not only are we going to be focusing on restoration of some bikes, we've managed to speak to some brands, which you will find out later on, where we're going to be taking out kind of some of the new bikes that are coming out, and then that gives you the opportunity to see what they are, how they are, what they like to ride, and kind of what they are to use.
We're also going to do some bits for charity as well. We're thinking about maybe dedicating one of the bike builds in aid of a charity and sort of do it in the livery of some sort. So charities that are kind of interested in that, that'd be great. You know, we don't think charity starts at home. It's not charity of Luke and Ollie. I swear it.
Seriously though, we are going to be doing some charity builds.
Yeah,
we're
100%.
kind of dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that at the moment as to which ones we're going to be focusing on first. But the plan is that this channel is going to be an ongoing thing where we can get as many people involved as we can along the along the ride, and then we can basically make a bit of a difference. And it's a passion project really. Like we both said, we're both into bikes. We always have been in some way, shape or form, and it just allows us to continue that and do it in a way that we've like we said, we've got the business going now where we've got something we can hone in on and we can put our passion into something.
Moving forward, we have got a couple of surprises. We're going to do a bit of a guessing game at the moment, because to my left here, we actually have two covered up motorcycles, which are going to be Project 2 and Project 3. So we've got some things going on in the series that obviously we have sort of future-proofed ourselves so that we know that we have got consistent things coming out for our viewers and for people that are actually engaging and want to actually be interested in what we actually have to offer and what we're doing. And yeah, I'll be totally honest, we've got one absolute bombshell in the garage that I'm sure we're going to show you some bits on later on today. It's a nice bombshell.
Do we reckon they're going to guess these though?
To be fair, maybe one, but it's probably not this one. You can have a little guess. I'm sure someone who does know might ruin it.
And then this one.
And then over here, I have no idea if you can see this, but you might be able to.
Any guesses, drop them in the comments.
Yeah, any guesses, have a little throw them in the comments. You know, if you guess it right, I'm not going to give it to you. This is not a Matt Armstrong video, and I am not financed like Mr. Beast. Hopefully I don't get sued for saying their names out loud. Yeah, also we're going to take you for a little run through, maybe do a couple of sound tests on some other bikes. And yeah, and then we'll just get you in the garage and show you what we're actually been working on and what we're doing now. Yeah?
Yep.
I'm down. Quick sound check, because we've got them all out. Doesn't happen often. I was in gear.
Do you reckon this one's going to start?
Well, it might.
No.
Oh, God.
No, it's dead.
Sometimes shit happens, guys.
So we start this one instead. I love that bike.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll chuck you over here. And Italian, you know what I mean? This one also might not start. a bike somewhere here.
Looks like that.
Well.
Where are we going next?
I think we'll move over to this. You know, finding places for this thing to stick is just not fun.
Just hold it.
All right. Of course. A triple. And this best not sound the best.
Where are we going now? Okay.
Yeah, well, no, we did a.
Track bike.
Yeah, let's do the track bike. I'll go on the other side of it so you can see better. Didn't like that either. Smoky Joe. Okay then. That's what I say then. No matter what, this is going to be loud. I guess I'll hold it. Won't put it in my mouth maybe. Oh, perfect.